a very hot minute since I have done anything. So let's do some brief life updates. Number one, you can see that I have bangs now. I'm pretty sure the last time I talked about bangs, I was getting a haircut and I said, never let your friends get bangs. And here I am with bangs. But guess what? It's okay because I'm okay. I promise. I'm pretty sure. No, really, I am very much okay, and honestly, I actually really dig the bangs, and I'm super happy with how they came out. They're not the curtain bangs that all my Gen Z students suggested, and I knew that I shouldn't get across the forehead bangs because I have a tiny little forehead, but I think it came out really great, and so I'm actually happy with it. Update number two, also concerning my hair. I have curly hair now. If you also remember in one of my last hair videos, which was forever ago, I said, I'm gonna try to be a curly hair girl. A curly girl. Curly hair girl. Curly girl. Curly girl method. I was gonna try to do curls, okay? And here I am, 2 years later with curls-ish. I still don't know what I'm doing. So maybe we'll make another video eventually someday, potentially probably not, about my hair routine so somebody can help me, because clearly I don't know what I'm doing. Currently it's washed from yesterday night, and then I do the washy with good products, and then I do the scrunchy and then with leave-in conditioner, and then I do the mousse. So this side looks nice and mousse, but it's cute, but high maintenance, and I am not a high maintenance girl, but now I am because I got curly girl hair. So here we are. Update number three, I got married. Oh, whoops. I'll be right back. I got married. See, there's proof, there's evidence. Yes, thank you. Thank you, that's probably the update I should have started with. It's summer right now for me, and so I take it off when I go to sleep, my rings, and I normally put them back on when I go somewhere. But it's summer, so I don't really go a lot of places, so that's why I promise I'm happily married. Yeah, so it's been great, in case you're wondering, because everyone always asks, how's married life? And I always say it's great, I'm super happy, and it's true, I am. I have the bestest husband, and that's enough about that, because that's gross. But also, I now live in a house, which is also super great. Is it why I got married? No, but it is a nice little cherry on top. So, if you noticed, I'm in the kitchen. Where I belong, because I'm now an official trad wife, living the homemaker lifestyle. It's funny because I'm not. But I'm in a new kitchen. My name is Kelly, so guess what? It's time for the newest episode of Kelly's Kitchen. So as you know, the last time I tried an episode of Kelly's Kitchen was forever ago, where my lovely roommate at the time, who also got married, she tried to teach us how to make empanadas, and I think what we all really walked away from was how to cut an onion. So here today I am roommateless for the time being because he's working, I guess. So I'm going to try to bake actually something on my own, but not to fear, I chose something super simple and easy that even I could do it. And take two. So my first attempt at cooking, I experienced some technical difficulties and I was unable to finish cooking and or recording, and that was summer 2023, and it is currently February 2024. So if that tells you anything about the person I am. Anyways, we're back, and I am going to try to actually cook something this time, because my plan last time, in case you were curious, was to make banana muffins. Not even banana nut muffins, because I don't like nuts in my banana muffins. So today I'm going to try to make an actual meal. I'm dressed like this because I came home from work, and if I'm giving off teacher vibe, it's because I'm living the teacher life. And I am looking forward to spring break every single second. So depending on when this video comes out, maybe that already happened, because who knows, maybe it won't come out till next year either. So we'll see. Anyways, my goal today is to make stuffed bell peppers. It is very possible I have made stuffed bell peppers before. However, I also haven't really cooked since like the last attempt at cooking. So it's really like the first time, right? So I hope you will join me in my journey today and seeing how I make stuffed bell peppers. First step is that I printed out a recipe in the paper because I'm an adult and I own a printer. This is from Pinterest, and I'm thinking maybe this is the way to go with Pinterest because I cannot stand Pinterest because of all the ads and all the little pop-ups and all the things, and it's such a busy website and I absolutely can't stand it, but I use it because it does have good resources, but I hate being on it. But printing it out is very streamlined, no ads, and no like 15-minute long scrolling through the person's history of like how their grandfather made bell peppers and this is a very important recipe in their family and they're giving it on Pinterest. So it's on paper now, which will hopefully help me to, I don't know, stay on task better, and that way I'm also not on my phone, which is the thing. I don't know if you can tell, I feel like I have a little bit of an attitude shift since the first recording like almost a year ago. And it's because it's like the end of the school year, and if you know any teachers, reach out to them, check in with them, ask them if they're okay. They're not, but they'll appreciate it. Maybe buy them a drink. Maybe buy me a drink. Anyways, so I don't cook anymore because I work and I am a coach and life is long and tiring, and who wants to cook? And the only reason I get fed is because I have a wonderful husband who cooks for me. But this time it's my turn. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna cook this time and it's gonna be great. So let's get started. Let me show you my setup of what I have, which is bell peppers, which we're gonna stuff with ground turkey because we're trying to be healthy now. So I bought a bunch of ground turkey because we shop at Sam's Club, and Sam's Club comes with a lot of food. So we have a lot of turkey to eat, and we're gonna eat it. So let's read the recipe and see what we have to do. So the first thing that the recipe calls for, actually it's not the first thing, but it is a thing that the recipe calls for, is cooked rice. So I'm gonna cook rice in my rice cooker because I'm not gonna cook rice over the stove like all the other recipes called for because I ain't got time for that. So I'm gonna cook rice in my rice cooker, and I'm using a measuring cup, because I don't know where my measuring cup that came with the rice cooker is currently at this moment, and I'm pretty sure it's like a 1-to-1 ratio of the rice cooker, of the rice and the water and the rice cooker cup. And I don't know how it works with a regular cup because it's like different, but don't you judge me. I know I could look it up, but I won't. This is my measuring tool. If you know, you know. So I'm gonna go wash my rice because that's what you do with rice. You wash it. And if you don't, you're a monster. Now that we washed our rice, I'm gonna put it in the rice cooker and make a mess while doing it so that I have more to do and clean up later. With my measuring cup, I'm going to measure at least a cup of water. Here I have 1 cup of water to put into my rice cooker. I'm going to add 1 more cup of water. Here I have 2 cups of water to 2 cups of rice. Is this the correct ratio? I don't know, but I'm going with it. In order to ensure that my rice is not completely flavorless, I am going to add salt. Here I have salt. I'm also going to add olive oil once I find the olive oil. I found the olive oil. It was behind the zoom thing. The blender. It was behind the blender. Let me add some olive oil so it doesn't stick. Where's the lid? Where's the lid for the rice cooker? Oh my gosh. We're going to put the lid on the rice cooker, plug it in, and And make sure to press cook. Because imagine waiting for 2 hours and it just being on warm. That's never happened to me. Actually, I don't think it has, but it's surprisingly that it has not. Now we're at the pepper cutting station. I believe last time in my one other episode, we also cut peppers, and I asked you, who are you? What kind of person are you? And how does your pepper cutting skills determine that? Drop a comment down below if you know who you are. But we're gonna do some chopping of these peppers. You are already familiar with how to do it, and I have my handy dandy knife to do just the job. Now, does this knife look absolutely huge and ridiculous? A little bit. What was its original purpose? To cut tomatoes. Tomatoes. This is a tomato cutting knife. And if you think that's excessive, you'd be right. But also, it actually does a really good job of cutting tomatoes. So, according to our recipe, we're going to chop off the tops of the peppers and scoop the insides. So I'm going to chop the top and not my fingers. Amazing. And here's what we have left inside. I don't know, like, should I scoop with a knife? Or like a spoon? Because you hear scoop and I think spoon. All right. Spoon works. Spoon it is. They also say to keep the tops and like chop them up, and then you can like mix them with the meat or ground turkey in this case. I think like my students, I can only read like 2 things at a time, and then my brain has no more capacity for that. So I reread like the first half of the recipe like 3 times, and I can't make it to the end. So I'm just gonna figure it out when I get there. That's an appropriate approach, right? Figure it out when I get there. Speaking of peppers, I'm growing my own pepper, and I'm not gonna stuff it, and I'm not gonna cook with it, and it will add a delightful color variation to the variations that I have. Except it is a green pepper. Are they like ripe? Because it's like big, not like as big as these ones. This is my only chance that I get to cook with so many peppers. I might as well just add 1 more pepper and make it a green pepper, regardless of its ripeness. So you wait right there. I'm gonna go pick a pepper. We're off to pick a pepper in our backyard. Look at all our pretty plants. Here is my pepper. It is pretty small. Should I pick it anyway? Because what if it rots on the vine? Then that'll be so sad, and then I won't get to use my pepper. Pick the pepper or not? Let's pick the pepper. Oh wait, what if it's not ready? It's not coming out. Guys, it's not coming out. Did I pick it? Uh-oh. I picked the pepper. Look at our little pepper. This is a homegrown pepper. I'm a little worried that I may have picked it a little too early. It's tiny. Look at. Uh-oh. 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 I don't know how much you'll be able to stuff this, but also, I just literally have 1 pepper. What am I going to do with 1 pepper? Season my food with it, maybe? Anyways, here I am, so I'm going to wash it and cut it. I'm excited to see the inside of my homegrown pepper. Oh my. Look at it. It smells fine, in case you were interested. I don't know what a bad pepper smells like. Ooh. Look at it! Oh my goodness, we grew a pepper! How exciting. Now, the recipes say to blanch the bell peppers. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I don't care if they come out crunchy. I'm not blanching or roasting them for 20 minutes beforehand. I'm so sorry. That's not happening for me. So step number 4, place the softened bell peppers in a lightly oiled baking dish. So here I have my lightly oiled baking dish, and I actually have a beautiful array of pepper colors. Don't mind the mess. I did not think that they would all fit, but pleasantly, they all do. They all have a little home. Yay. So now what do we do? Do we prepare the meat now? Is that what it says? I literally keep staring at this and I can't. Add the garlic and cook 1 minute. No. Heat the oil in a large pan to medium heat and add the onions that I have. So as it turns out, we do have onions, except it looks like this. Is that okay? It may have been sitting for like a hot minute. Are we okay? It doesn't matter, I'm gonna use it anyway because I don't have anything else, so. We also cut onions the last time, and that, I might need to watch my own video. However, I'm not allowed to cut onions because I cry. I cry every time I cut onions, and I'm not allowed to cut onions except my husband's out for a run being healthy. So I have to cut my own onions. So I'm showing you how I'm cutting the onions so you can all judge me and tell me how I should be doing it better. Because I hate cutting onions, I'm bad at it, and I have to cut them as fast as possible because otherwise I literally cry so much that my eyes burn and I can't see anything. So hopefully you can either be witnesses to that and see that I am not lying, or there's just not enough onion, more hopefully, that I don't cry. Am I supposed to cut it like this now? Is it opposite? How do I dice an onion? I know I learned it like last time, but like literally I think about that video every single time I cut onions, and every single time I question whether I'm cutting them right. But this looks kind of diced, so I'm going with it. We're rolling with this. Do I cut this part too? Does this look bad? This looks kind of bad. I'm gonna put that to the side. We'll cut you. Okay, thank goodness it was like 1/4 of an onion because I'm pretty sure my eyes are already starting to burn. The recipe also somewhere calls for garlic, so I figured let me chop some garlic while I'm at it. In our household, we have 3 levels of garlic ease. We have a big container of pre-minced garlic, which is my personal favorite because it's easy. However, and this is coming from someone who does not have a very fine palate, there's actually a very noticeable difference when you use the pre-minced garlic in things. I forget specifically what. It's like fine if you like cook with it, but then when you use it in like something else specifically, like you can taste the difference and it's really weird. Second, we also have garlics in its shell, in the clove, where you have to like peel the thing and then the you know, which I don't like dealing with because that's annoying. And then we have this garlic, which is like pre-peeled but also a whole clove. So I'm gonna go with that because that seems like a good medium. Except there are now like these little hairs, these little roots, maybe. I'm growing my own garlic hair. Is this okay to eat? Like potatoes, when they grow the little things, like are those okay to eat? Is it bad? Well, only one way to find out. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna cut that part off, not use that part, and I'll use the rest because I'm cooking it, right? It's gonna be exposed to high heat. It's gotta be okay, right? So here I am, mincing my little garlics next to like my chaos zone, because that's the kind of person I am. That is the life I lead. It is just organized chaos with sometimes less organization. Someone please judge my knife handling skills and tell me how may I improve, because I don't know what I'm doing. You think I would have figured it out by now, but not doing something for a long time surprisingly does not make you better at it. Amazing, I know. What does the recipe say? Because I actually don't think it says start with garlic. The recipe, it calls for blanching, not doing that. Heat oil, add onions, pepper tops. I'm not using jalapenos because I'm soft. Cook for 5 minutes, and then we add the garlic or until the garlic becomes fragrant. So, onions, we're starting with you. And I also forgot that I had already set the skillet to warm before I started cutting the garlic, which is fine because now it's gonna be nice and warm for the onions. We've got onions in there. Onions in there. We've got, what is this? A bell pepper. And we're going to saute for 5 minutes or until softened. As I chop over my leftover bell pepper chop that I missed earlier, I can't help but think, you know, it feels a little weird to stuff a bell pepper with bell pepper. Like, is that wrong on some sort of level? Now that we've been roasting our fruits, because this is a fruit, and I'm saying this as a biology teacher, anything with seeds is a fruit. Bell peppers, fruit. Tomatoes, fruit. Onions, not a fruit. I think now it is time to add ground turkey. Putting it in or something. The meat looks pretty cooked now, so I'm going to add the citons, which I have beautifully prepared beforehand, which is salt, pepper, oregano, and paprika. It does not call for cumin, and I wouldn't use it if it did, because I had a traumatizing incident with cumin where I was making something and then I accidentally spilled the cumin and it was awful and it absolutely destroyed that meal. So no more cumin for me ever, or anyone ever else ever again. We have oregano. Very Italian of me. And paprika, which I always appreciate to give a little bit of color and absolutely no spice. I'm pretty convinced that paprika has no flavor, and I will use it in everything because it makes me feel like I'm cooking something good because it has color now. But it is not spicy, which is good because I'm soft. It also calls for dried basil, but guess what? I don't have dried basil, but guess what I do have? I have fresh basil because I am a plant parent now, and basil is amazing. So if you're looking to be a first-time plant parent and you don't know what plant to start with, I recommend basil because it's prolific and it will take over your life and your garden. But then you'll have a lot of basil and you can make pesto with it. Or pick it from your garden to add some green coloring to your food, and then you feel very accomplished, like you did something productive. Oh, it also says to add fire roasted tomatoes. I don't have that. I don't even know what they mean, but I do have some tomato paste. And I remember the last time we made something about tomato paste was a good thing. I don't know when this was used or what it was used for, but it was in the fridge, so I'm going to use it now. And it still looks good enough to me. Granted, my standards are pretty low. So let's mix that in there all nice. What is the consistency supposed to be like here? I don't know. This is starting to look like something. It looks less dry, which is a good thing in my book. Just moving the meat around, so I feel like I'm doing something. Maybe I am. I don't know. I'm mixing, right? We're mixing here. My arm hurts. I bet all chefs and moms are actually like secretly really swole. At least like just one of their shoulders. What does the recipe say? Certain half of the shredded cheese. Uh-oh. I need to shred some cheese. So I'm supposed to have 1 cup total of shredded cheese. So I'm supposed to have half of the shredded cheese here. So I have cheese, and I'm going to shred it because I'm going traditional today. Also, I have no idea how to measure what half a cup is in this way, so I'm just going to do it until I like it. So I think there's enough cheese. I don't know how to shred cheese. Alright, we're making something here. We got cheese going. This is going better than I expected, if I'm being completely honest with you. Okay, I'm going to shred my hand. Never mind, this is harder than I thought. This is as hard as I expected. Does that look like half a cup to you? I have no idea. We're going to go with sure, why not? And we're going to incorporate it. Incorporate. Wait, am I supposed to add the I was supposed to add the rice when I incorporated the fire roasted tomatoes. So let us incorporate the rice. Now that I have incorporated the rice and all of the meat, I'm going to stuff them into the peppers, doing the best I can, knowing I will make a mess anyways. Join me. I promise I'm not intentionally trying to make a mess. This is just who I am as a person. Okay, so then once the oven finishes heating up, I'm going to pop in the little bell peppers in the oven, cook it for 35 minutes, and then we'll be good to go. And I will check back with you then. So I just took them out of the oven for 20 minutes only because they are screaming. Like literally. They were ready. So we'll see how they come out. Hopefully it tastes as good as it looks. Wow, beautiful. Wow, we did it. We made food. Yay. Now we just have to taste it. Now to taste the fruits of our labor. I actually don't even know how I'm supposed to eat this. I've made a mess. But it's okay because messes can be cleaned up. And that's my motto for this dinner. In fact, while the food was cooking, I cleaned up everything, so good for me. Now I can just enjoy. Nope. Maybe. Fruits of our labor. Cheers. It's okay. It tastes okay. I probably could have used more seasoning. I have a bad habit of not seasoning enough. But you were there. You saw how much seasoning I used. You saw how colorful it was. Looks are deceptive. But I can't try it because it was raw meat. So don't tell me to try it when it's raw meat. I'll learn for next time. More seasoning regardless of how it looks. And what, you ask, are we pairing with this lovely meal? Of course, we have our very adult Capri Sun. Because that's what pairs best with an adult meal, is a Capri Sun. The Mario Kart Deluxe Edition. Anyways, thank you for joining me on this journey of cooking in my kitchen. It's only 9 o'clock when I started at like 7:30 for a recipe that takes a total of supposedly 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and here we are 2 hours later because that's my life. Anyways, join me next time. Or don't, because I'm probably never going to cook again. Okay, bye!